my ear.
Go.
They're yelling in my ear. We now are down to 2 minutes with our guests, which we're going to try to expand out. Let's go to Capitol Hill. Republican Congressman Tom Cole of Oklahoma. He's a member of the Budget and Appropriations Committee. We're obviously trying to sift through this new New York Times story that came out 30 minutes ago. It sounds like a lot of Clinton benefactors and friends who've been piling cash to the Clinton Foundation and also giving Bill Clinton $500,000 to give a speech. Looks like this has all come together in an unholy alliance, in my opinion, not Howard Dean's opinion. A lot of questions out there.
Hey, Joe, I don't want to interrupt you and Howard Dean. I mean, I've been watching this. It's been great stuff. Well, who am I to interfere in this exalted exchange? But look, you know, you're going to have these kind of questions, and I think the mystifying thing is always knowing that Hillary Clinton was going to run. Why were you doing this series of things that you knew were going to come back and bite you at the beginning of a campaign? Everything from an email server to accepting foreign contributions into the foundation to these kind of sort of close call things that are going to demand scrutiny. So it's mystifying because she is a political pro, but this is like, you know, rookie kind of performance. I mean, it's very Bush League. If you're going to run, start preparing to run.
Yeah.
Well, he's right. It's Bush League.
Congressman, let me ask you about some other business you're taking care of. I'm just going through some of the things you're working on, including a plan to try to save Social Security. That's been a third rail for a lot of people in American politics. How big do you think that problem is, and what do you propose to do about it?
It's gigantic, and we're ignoring it. I mean, we know the fund goes bankrupt, and it seems like it's a long way away, 2033, but it's impacting the discretionary budget now because, frankly, we're not bringing as much money in as we're spending, so we're cashing in the trust fund. That means you got a big hole every year in things like transportation, defense, education. So the quicker we deal with it, the better off we'll be. John Delaney, Democrat from Maryland, great guy, and I have a bill, and it's not a plan, it's a process. We go back and look at what was going on in 1983 when Reagan, Tip O'Neill, and Howard Baker sat down around the table. We reconstruct the commission. It has to have a bipartisan majority to report anything out, and then it goes to Congress for a straight up or down vote. Now, if the leadership would get behind it, I actually think you can always defend saving Social Security. I mean, you're not a very good politician if you can't go home and say, I'm going to help save the most popular program in America. But people worry about it, and certainly a lot of third-party groups mobilize around it. But we need to get serious and deal with it.
So, Tom, Congressman, can we ask you a little bit about the trade deal that's been discussed and debated over in the past few days? There are Democrats and Republicans, some, who are concerned that it hurts jobs here at home. Can you explain how it does or does not?
Well, I don't think it does. Look, I think free trade almost always fosters growth. There's always an argument about what the distribution of the growth and the opportunities are. You either trust your workers and your businesses to compete or you don't. You either trust free markets or you don't. I do in both cases. And, you know, for instance, a place like Oklahoma, free trade deal with Asia, we'll export an awful lot of wheat and cattle and agricultural products. We'll export petroleum equipment. Frankly, we think we ought to be in the business of exporting petroleum again. So, again, I think we would mostly be winners. I think our high-tech industries would be. But, you know, look, the other side doesn't sign an agreement with the thought that it's not going to get anything out of it. So you just, again, you have to trust the negotiator, in this case the president. The odd thing is Republicans appear to have more faith in the president of the United States on this issue than the people in his own party do, because he'll get a lot of Republican support. And, frankly, hopefully enough Democrats will get it through.
All right, Tom, thank you so much for being with us. We're so sorry we didn't have more time here, but Howard and I loved it. Howard and I are not going to go back to debating this. All right, Tom, it's always great having you on. Coming up,